house. And then I lost the USB thing. Damn it! We found one thing and lost the other, eh? That's how she goes. Damn, we did. I pulled it out and I put it somewhere I wouldn't forget where it was. We were on the hash. It's over on the desk that, like I was saying, it's one of those desk things you gotta just get to come to grips with. You're 40 now and you're either a little bit forgetful or you're 40 and stupid when you're stoned, alright? I've seen so many people, I've seen 21-year-olds going, yeah, I gotta, you'll see people go live with people on Instagram and they're like, oh shit, bud, how old are you? Because, the guy's 50 and he's trying to find a 21-year-old or 22-year-old. Meanwhile, he's not looking to go to jail this week for a 15-year-old. So, get some real creepy people on Instagram, I'm telling you. And they're doing these like toke sessions on Instagram right now. Instagram should be fucking shut down completely. I can't even believe all the young kids on there, like way younger than you're supposed to be, smoking dope on like, they're commenting on hash videos and pictures. It's like, you're like, dude, you don't even know how to wipe your ass yet, bud. And they're sitting there with like a blunt, that their dad rolled, that they stole off their dad or something. It's really crazy what's going on right now. But, so this one guy goes to this kid, he goes, dude, are you even old enough? And the kid goes, yeah, I'm 21 from Nebraska and I have a med card. Watch, I'm going to do the 10 toke challenge. And he goes, like that off a blunt 10 times for 10 seconds. Apparently, the fucking narc dog, Snoop Dogg, is going around Instagram doing this right now. So you have influencers influencing young to smoke cannabis like it's good for you. At this time, they're calling for people with that, to be careful because they're saying it's a respiratory thing. I can see the correlation of how evil... See, Snoop Dogg's too stupid to realize that what's after the big picture. Snoop Dogg's a fucking goof. So the elites are using these people to slow population. Think about it. If you're young, end up with respiratory illnesses in 5 or 10 years, they're gone early in life. So the states pumped BHO and CRC all through their products in the States. BHO is still shatter. Most people know what shatter is. None of you should know what shatter is. Not one person in chat should know what shatter is. It is death. So when I see people, saying, "Oh, look at the shit that I got" or something, you didn't grow it. You didn't make it. You don't know what's in there. Now, the level of trust is too high, I guess is a proper way for what I'm saying. The level of trust between your local slimy drug dealer and you, you shouldn't trust a slimy drug dealer, ever. These people use camping fuels to make oil, like hash oil. They use camping fuel. I'm not going to list the names of this stuff. It's highly, highly cancerous and very dangerous. The final product smells and looks like something you all would go, ooh, that's so good. Me, I quickly go, no, that's made with solvents. You can tell. Not only that, if you did take a small taste and someone told you that it was solventless, and I tasted it, and I know, and if it was made with camping fuel, that would be it for you. That would be it. For you to lie to my face like that, and it's never happened. But if you did, so there is actually something happened one time. Is it about 7 years ago? This guy actually did something really snaky, and I'll never forget. I'll never forget what he did. His name was Mitch, and I'll never forget what he did. It was very bad what he did, and let me tell you, what comes around goes around, and it goes around harder than you ever thought it did. Your little bacon family can't protect you, but my CSIS family will crush your little bacon narcs. There's bacon narcs all over this city, and you don't know what you're up against right now. I have put a list out. I've put a proper list out of all drug dealer cops in the city, and let me tell you, it's going to be hell for these people. As a boss, I take serious offense when you try something like that, and it's not going to be good. He's the last name on the list of narc scum that need to pay in the last while. There's others, but we've talked about them already. Serious jail coming up for these scum fuckers, eh? So again, back to dirty drug dealers. This city is full of crystal meth addicts who can only afford their habit if they rip you off and, you know, taint your cannabis or your hash, and they cut it, right? And those 50 ways they could do it, and I won't list one of them. But they're cutting your cannabis, they're lacing your cannabis is the proper term. They're cutting it with cutting it can be with I'm not gonna discuss it. But yes, this is what's happening. And then if you don't properly man, this is too full. I'm gonna have to dump a little dash of this out. In the future, though, I highly and strongly recommend, if you're a medical patient, you do not use cannabis that you didn't grow or process yourself. And don't trust anyone. I can honestly say trusting people is not cool. There's something about a greed factor. A lot of people are greedy, eh? And I've had the opportunity of knowing huge growers, and huge growers fucking don't have time for greed. In fact, they're like, is that cheap enough? Is that pound cheap enough for you, bud? And so I'm like, no. Like 5 by 500 maybe, bud. Is that possible, bud? Yeah, I can't talk about that. I can say it, but I could never recommend that on there. That would be something. Yeah, you know, people are naming certain types of chemicals. I don't even want to say. Well, let's say people are naming medicines that may have worked for something in the past, and they're like, "Oh yeah, try it for this." That's why you'll never hear me say something like that. I use cannabis effectively for pain relief. Now, if you choose to use cannabis effectively for your pain relief, fuck yeah, awesome. But, you know, should people in social media be tweeting out pharmaceutical drug names, saying this is probably the cure? Here's the cure. That is actually not good at all. If I were to do that, I'm pretty sure there'd be some kind of serious thing would happen to me. It's funny when others do that. Now, if I were to do that and use them as an example, why didn't you come down on them? They may say it's country based, you know? So I fucking don't. I hate pharmaceutical drugs. So I say use plants to heal your mind and body, just the same way these plants, your cure, your pharmaceutical cure. You dumb shits in medicinal industry. You don't realize every fucking cure is derived. Every pill you've ever popped was derived from nature. So you fucking dumb shits, wake up. Nature is your pharmacy. And if you're too stupid to understand that, fuck off. So if again, anyone in medicinal industry at all that claims that cannabis is harmful, well, Western medicine is better. You're scum. Number one, you're scum. Because ancient Chinese medicine and medicine before pharmaceutical industry took over 150 years ago, all there was cannabis in North America to heal you for over 100 ailments. So what happened is these slave drivers in America realized what was happening, and they saw it was like a snake oil thing. Have you ever heard the term snake oil, or a snake oil medicine seller? The guy's a snake. That's where the term comes from. Selling snake oil and saying it'll cure you, meanwhile reaping a high payment for your snake oil, right? Meanwhile, the guy makes 5,000 bottles of that in his little wagon, and he takes it down to the town and sells all 5,000 bottles for everything everybody owns in the town. Their houses, their wives, their family, anything back then went. So these snake oil dealers are basically what the pharmaceutical industry is right now. You see, if pharmaceutical industry is so good, then why do they have to put all the side effects on the side of the bottle? If you're so sure that your pharmaceutical industry is so good, why does it say you can bleed from every orifice of your body when you take this pill for your headache? I can eat a little piece of hash and my headache will go away in about an hour. There's other ways to get it bioavailable much faster, in minutes, but we don't need to talk about those. You're all not stupid. Pain relief with cannabis or hash oil is accomplished in many ways. Transdermal, inhalant. You can eat edibles all throughout the day and not feel pain all throughout the day. Okay? You're not going to get that relief from pills. The pill will also make you constipated. The pill will make you. So here's the great thing about cannabis: when you eat edibles are high in fiber. Well, mine are, and it's just the way that I make my edibles. My edibles contain fiber and other things that actually allow your colon to be relaxed and to allow it to flow out of you. It's an incredible thing. And inflammation, so anti-inflammatories, I believe that your colon can be inflamed, and that's the blockage of constipation. I believe like your intestine or your colon tract can actually be inflamed and block some of the pathway. Now, how do I know this? Only from what I'm thinking of how my body works, right? I've been constipated a couple times in my life, and the few times I used hashish and it went away. Big time went away. Shannon Lee, smash the like, share the video. I'm still alive here. That's very good. Could you please tell me where you are, Shannon Lee? Can you please smash the like and share this video? I'm looking to have as many people tell me where they're located today as possible in the chat. Put out your location and any of your concerns, or if you have food or water. And what we'll do is try and find a baseline of, maybe the next state over has water and the state above you has food, or our province, BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, has some food. Maybe we can get some shipping to you guys. So in your area, what is your area that you're in, Shannon? And When was the last time you went to the grocery store, please, if you don't mind me asking? And if you feel uncomfortable saying that, you don't have to answer grocery store questions, just in case, for whatever reason, you don't want. I understand if you don't want to talk about your food supply. It's okay. Could you talk about the food supply of your grocery store, though? Maybe not your own personal food supply, but about like what you see around you. I'm trying to narrow down. Also, another very scary question. Are your hospitals busy right now at this time? Have you been to the? When was the last time you or one of your family members that you trust has been to the hospital? Very curious about that. Right now I'm doing some other stories, but I have to get more information. I have 3 countries in the world with hospital information, but we're working on everywhere. All right, got my cup. I'm just gonna give my cup a rinse though, actually. My phone charger too. So, I'll read your question, I'll read your comments in a second here, everybody, whoever's out there. Welcome. I have to share the videos. I haven't shared any videos for about 3 or 4 days, just to show. And again, check analytics are past 24, 48 hours. I had a video that had 2 views. I have 2,850 subscribers, something stupid, 25 or something. And it's saying that I have 2 views on a video I made 18 hours ago. That's literally, I've never seen anything that low. I got maybe last week or like a month ago again when I realized I was really blacklisted. Fucking, I had a video, I posted a video. It had 0 views for 24 hours. 0 fucking views. I was like, it's just not physically possible. Unless, and this is scary, hundreds and hundreds of my subscribers are no longer alive. Is something is the only way that I could figure out if YouTube is, so what YouTube did last week or 2 weeks ago, they say now 100% of your subscribers will receive notifications that you're going live or that you've uploaded a video. I had 2 views, so 2,825 people got the notification that I'm live. Always crushing the button to just check me out, say hi, pop in, smash a like. Nothing from 2,825 people. So something's going on. Something's going on at YouTube. And I fucking can't wait to fix your wagon, YouTube. Google, you're the devil, and we're coming for the devil. We're coming for the devil. Google is so evil. So what I did was I just had I'm not drinking this coffee. I poured hot water. For fuck's sakes. There's a coffee pot in this coffee maker, and there's no more coffee being made. 1 cup a day coffee is so horrible for your body. You get 1. There's also not very much coffee. If you want to have coffee in 2 weeks or a month, you can't have any more today because there's only about 10 cups of coffee left. So that's done. Now I gotta let the fucking water through the coffee maker. So yeah, I'm gonna share this video and see how many. I shouldn't have to. Fuck, apparently YouTube shares it out to every person I have. We're coming for you. All the evil in this world, prepare. You're going to fucking jail, bud. You're going to fucking jail. All you nerdy fucks controlling the internet, you're going to fucking jail for life. You're lucky. Well, I'll bring back fucking the death penalty in Canada. For anyone covering up information on this, I'm going to ensure the death penalty is brought back in Canada. the most treasonous acts against Canadians have been displayed this year, and I plan on fulfilling what is right. Justice will be served to all those evil that corrupt the system now and tomorrow. Promise you. I have not checked my analytics for fucking days. Let's see this bullshit. Let's see this bullshit. It's taken for fucking ever to load. I've never seen my analytics take this long to load. Try refreshing it this way. It's weird. It's fucking so weird. Oh. I'm not gonna say what I see here because these fucks that watch, then they'll know what I'm thinking in my wavelength, and they'll know what to do from there. It's a real fucking Truman Show. Like they think it's a Truman Show. I know you watch, so it's not Truman Show, bitches. You're fucking scum. Came, saw, and smoked. Keep the videos coming, bro. That's awesome. Clap, clap. Holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck. Clap, clap. That dude loves my gaming. I didn't get a notification. Thank you, Eli. That was 4 days ago, so that proves YouTube's lying. That's what I asked for. Is my... Let's see what's over here. Look here. It's funny how it's that date, too. It's really quite funny. Fuck YouTube, man. You guys got some splaining to do. So what I'm going to do is have a cup of tea, and we're going to discuss what's for breakfast, you know? What's for breakfast? So let's look over in the fridge here for a second. You know, there's porridge, there's pancakes, there's waffles, there's things like that. I'm not making any of that. I'm thinking maybe mashed potatoes. Just gonna boil some potatoes, vegan butter, a little bit of unsweetened almond drink, which is there, perfect. Salt, garlic powder, and follow it up with, drum roll please, I don't know here. Let's see what's in here. Well, let's have veg. Let's have green beans, number one. So green beans and mashed potatoes. And then something on the side. Hey, you know what? A hamburger with no bun in gravy would be really good. So let's see where these hamburgers are. That's what's a Salisbury steak kind of thing. Oh, it's gonna be good. So here we go. These are Chipotle black bean. Never had these before, so black bean burgers are usually very nice. Oh, these look good. Oh, trying to get that smell. See if that smell will go with the gravy. It's a black bean Chipotle, so that Chipotle is coming through. Black bean Chipotle, or there's another kind in there. I think I'm gonna go with that kind. This one will be better as a burger with a mustard and ketchup and relish. There's one more package of a 4-pack of burgers in here, I think. Just gotta find her. Just have a look at this and see if these are, again, the one that is going to go good with the gravy. Yep. Okay, so there's that. Now we need to wash that pot. I gotta empty the sink. Ooh, we could just do pan fries. You know what I'm kind of craving is I'll boil some potatoes par, pan fry them. I'll do 2 pans you have to do 2 pans of fries. It takes a bit longer, but it's such a nice meal. They're crispy, they're golden. It's a very a home cooked, like a home fry. My mom used to make me home fries, but it's not like what you get at the store. These are those olive oil, a little bit of vegan butter, pan fried, golden crispy layer, low and slow. Get a nice strong, a deep crust of a nice crispy crust. You can't beat that. So there's the pot I'm going to use. There's the frying pan. The sink has some dishes in it. I'm going to take those out. Move this over to here. I'll be able to lose sight of that. Where's my tea? I'll have a little sip and start cooking. Okay. A little bit of rice left over in this pot here. I'm going to empty it. Oh, I don't know if this is wet here or not. Okay. Just dump this out. That's a shame, but that rice has to go. Now, I don't know. That was 1 cup of rice, but just taking it day by day, trying to understand the world that we live in is changing hour by hour is literally an understatement. When we're talking about what's changing behind the scenes, holy fuck, they don't want you to know what's actually happening right now, because they don't want chaos and things to go awry. It's not that everything's bad for you. It's bad for the elites. It's not bad for the people. The only people that are fucking scared shitless are the ones that are evil. Okay? So if you were a corrupt CEO, if you haven't resigned by now, then you'll be going to jail later. Okay? And your jail won't be fun. You're not getting a jail for a CEO in the future. I can guarantee will be a living hell. Because of this enslavement that you allowed and carried on with for decades and years. Royals all over the world will have to pay a huge price for what they've done to their people. Not their people either. The people that lived within their fortress. Their prison barriers. Their invisible walls, If you're a homeless person, you're studied and you're worked on, All that stuff changed. Most of those programs were shut down. If you had a program that tested improperly on animals in the United States, all your funding's been shut down. Good people are really starting to wake up and wake up the rest of the people who still have a chance at being good. I'd like to be very clear. This world is huge, and people are allowed to change. If you weren't a CEO and you did something bad, you have a chance to whistleblow on a CEO that's still in power. You can do it quietly, send letters. You can anonymously post in social media. The only way you don't want to do that, you want to stick to pen and paper, is if your CEO is Google or YouTube, Facebook or Instagram. Don't post to social media. They've been tracking your cell phone and your ISP service, internet service provider, for years, just in case, to ensure. So what these companies do heavily is spy on their own workers, especially if you have data or access to data that could they manipulate data on a daily, right? So they'll change numbers to to scam the revenue system. So they'll de-inflate their numbers. It's an amazing thing what these corporations can do, but it's really hard to prove digital transactions. Not only that, there are so many digital transactions done on a daily with a corporation that at the end of a year, it's really hard to do the taxes of a corporation. That's why they just basically, a corporation will just find who's in charge at government and pay them off. They'll send out corporate lobby on their behalf, corporate lobbyists, and they'll pay them off, or they'll scare them into working with them or for them. And these people are being taken out all the time. Corporate lobbyists are the most evil people in Canada, America, and in England. Those are the main places that these corporate lobbyists will be taken out heavily. There won't be anything left of these people in North America or in the European sector. When all this is over, there will be no more royals, there will be no more CEOs. That it'll be a combined effort. A board will be 100 people, and these 100 people will work in it'll be the 100 managers of the building, all with the same paycheck, all with the same say. They have one vote. If there's any conspiring amongst the table at any time, probably jail. If not, we'll hang you. If there is corporate espionage and corruption, we will ensure the future is not good for you who are trying to redo what Bezos and these others are about to go down for. Mark Zuckerberg is by far not the mastermind, but if he is, then he should be able to answer any questions. But when he was grilled and asked, the guy looked like he's not the one. And everyone who is a techie realized that back then, that Zuckerberg is simply a pawn, a figurehead, as Bush was, as all these people are. The Bushes got away with a lot during their presidencies, and I think it's time we relook at some of the former presidents who took office and really corrupted their nations, okay? But it's weird how sitting president Donald Trump won't talk about the Bushes, He says how, the system's fucked, and I got this job and everything about it was fucked right when I sat down in the chair. I had to erase everything and start over, I mean, how the fuck did we ever how did the powerful country of America allow so much fuckery to continue? Period. Alright, so I washed out this pot. It's not very big, but we're just going to do a small batch of potatoes. I don't know why. We are. We're going to really conserve everything. It seems kind of pointless because potatoes could always be eaten later. This is the pot I washed, so this is the one I'm using. It's a medium large pot. We'll say it's, put about 12 dicks in here, I'd say, if you want to. If you want a number, 12 cocks can fit in that. Not a fucking cock more. Now, because it's oil. So I'm going to put this over and it's going to fry. But I'm going to peel it off once in a while because the humidity is going to be there and it's going to stop what I want the potatoes to be doing. But I'm going to take the lid and I'm going to come over here. I'm going to take it like this while all the beads are everywhere, like individual spots. And I'm going to tilt it like this, and it's all going to run right into the sink, okay? Then I'm going to take the dry lid and pop her back on again. And we're going to do what's called the sweat fry on those things. And this is a real boss move. Not many of y'all doing that at home. But let me show you why it's so killer. When you hear me bite into these fries and you see the golden crispy texture, you're just going to start coming. So just forget about it. Okay, that's clean. That just needed a quick rinse. There was only there wasn't anything on the top of that. I used that just for dust purposes because I left the spaghetti, the pasta on the stove the other day for about half hour. And so yeah, that just had some spaghetti on like the outside of the container. Give it a hot water rinse though. Alright, this frying pan is clean. Oh, nope, a couple more scrubs. So once you get her, you're going to start chopping your potatoes. I'm going to get a cutting board, which doesn't exist. Yeah, there's no cutting. Oh, they're over there. Okay, so they're dirty over there. I'm going to use a plate. And then I'll rinse the plate off. I'll eat on that plate after. All right. Now we're going to rinse the potatoes in this pan. You know what I mean? I'm going to hold the potatoes there. That water's going to go down the sink. Green beans, potatoes, gravy, and a Salisbury steak coming right up. About half hour, 40 minutes. Let's get it going. 9:18. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get this done by 10 a.m. It's 42 minutes. Okay. All right, here we go. Just give these potatoes a quick rinse. You're gonna boil them anyway, but I like to, you gotta wash stuff off. You don't know where the hell these were, number one. What kind of soil they were growing in, number two. And then whose shitty dick fingers touched these all day. Sorting them out, picking them up, and chucking them on shit, right? Okay? So once you get all that going, you're gonna check and see if you have too many potatoes here. I probably do. I think that's gonna put me. Fuck. I love fucking potatoes, man. We're gonna try and make this work. It's probably gonna be a fucking right to the top. So this potato for sure can't go in there. Alright, oh, that hurt my finger. Okay, so now you're gonna choppy chop. Now you're gonna take this stuff and put it on your stove here. Grab your laptop, take your laptop off the stove for sure. I'm reading the chat here to the side. Maybe it'd be a little bit harder now. The laptop's over there. See if I can't point it at me and turn around to read the chat once in a while. The cell phone just blows. Doesn't stay up on the screen like it used to either. Alright, there you go. And we have some battery. We can plug it in. Okay. Good stuff. Alright. You can see me. You can see me. Okay, now we're going to wash down the stove. Blender, give it another. Oh shit. So now that dump out this stuff. Yeah, no one said cooking wasn't gross, I'll tell you that. Especially if you gotta do the dishes. Fuck, it's disgusting to do everything, man. I rarely do the dishes, but because I do the cooking, but when I wash all the pots and pans usually before I cook. Sometimes everything's clean, but that's only, a couple times a week, and then halfway through the week everything's, you use up everything, right? Oh, so this stuff, I think the sink's clean enough now, my God. I clean the sink 3 times, but every time you wash out a pan, it's like something else is in the bottom of the sink. It's like fucking gross, man. Pieces of lettuce or whatever it is, and you get soggy. I don't like touching soggy stuff. Okay, all that's done. The sink is super clean. Perfect. Now I just gotta wash the oven. Okay, the sink smells so good. Nice hot soapy water in the blender. The lid, I just saw the lid around here. The fuck is the lid? Oh, it's over there, okay. So the lid's by the blender, I'll soak that in a minute. This oven is spotless. I give a little extra soap, hot soapy water on the stove, on the glass top. Just kind of let it sit there for a second. When I wring this out and give it a rinse, like a hot water rinse, come back to this with a drier cloth. It'll look like this thing is brand new when I'm done here in a sec. Why is that ever greasy water? So I'm gonna wash my hand off, rinse out this cloth. There you go. Get all that dirt. Now it's running clean. Now when you squeeze it out, it's running clean. Squeeze it out once more. Super clean with bubbles in it. Give that a wash. Give that a wipe. Okay. Do your counter. And there you go. Now I'm going to use 3 burners today. Potatoes. Or 2 burners anyway. I'll cook the potatoes in the same pan. Alright, so chop the potatoes now. I'm going to need a plate. Nice big plate here. Got garlic, onion. I think the first thing we'll do is just chop the potatoes and get them boiling in the water. And then we'll chop stuff for the frying pan. Because the frying pan doesn't come right away. I'm going to do the burger right while the water is boiling. I'm going to make the burger while the potatoes are boiling. And we will use... Just checking to make sure this was made in China, but it's a German stainless steel knife made in China. Perfect. Okay, this is the knife I want to use. Oh, we said we were going to wash our potatoes too, didn't we? Grab our blender, pull it out, pop this right in the sink, overflow it with water, spray it with your hard sprayer setting, you know? My nose isn't running. I have an itchy nose. If you've been watching the show for 2 years, it's like a twitch thing or something. Like some people have nervous twitches. I do not have a nervous twitch. If I get nervous, but I don't get nervous where it's like, I don't fumble around, like, and you would never know if I was actually nervous. You'd never know. I wouldn't show it. I wouldn't show it. But it is also very hard for me to be nervous as well. So you want to come? You want to watch me chop potatoes, or would you rather stare at my gorgeous self? You can watch me chop, eh? It's nice. Just a little bit of a change up. Put that here. Should be able to do this. No, it's not working. Is it going? All right. So I like them this. I like them this consistency. Yeah. It's a really nice. It'll make for a nice pan fry. This side's gonna bubble up, and this side's gonna bubble up. We'll show you how we get that done right away. They're all about the same size, pretty much bang on. Let's see here. And that's what you're looking for. If they're a little thinner, it just means you eat them faster, right? They'll be the first to eat. So these two, I'll eat those. Those three will cook the same, right? As you get to the back here, you're gonna run into where, again, the same as the front here, where it's, you know, those might cook. These, the last two that I cut here, or this last one here, which is two actually, will be eaten like those two first, right? I'll eat them right out of the pan. You know what I'm saying? See? So those go up here. These are nice, all the same. Let's keep going, okay? This knife is very sharp, and the angle that I'm cutting the potato on, you do not want to go any faster. Listen, there's no hospitals right now, you know. I mean, there are hospitals. Do you want to go there? Fuck, I don't. I went there and then I quickly walked out when I saw the lineup for this. If I cut one little piece of my finger off the tip, fuck, that's nothing. I'm not going to. But and I also am going very slow and cautious, right? You can see here, this is a perfect way to cut. You can see here my if I go down, I'm back, and this is away, okay? You get this little clench thing on, you put this against there like a guard. You see that? Once you do that, you're not going to cut yourself, especially if you use control and slow. So you see the motion is slow, controlled. There are people that, you know, they want you to move fast in a shed, and they're like, oh, you got to chop faster. I'm telling you, you don't take it lightly. When you're using blades that are way sharper than this, This is like a medium, you know, you should see what I've used before. It's like this, it would go right through this in like a quarter second. It'd be, it's just amazing. The level of sharpness on different blades that, you know, we don't use, you don't realize that you could be using in the kitchen, right? Most people grab the biggest knife in the drawer and they think, oh, chefs use this knife, I'm going to use this. Most of you have no clue. This knife, I'm good with knives, not the best, but I'm good. This knife is small. Look how, and this is a big knife. But most people will use a knife bigger than this. You know, they'll get the knife that's got an extra 3 inches on it. And they'll feel like, oh, I know what I'm doing with this thing. You don't have a fucking clue what you're doing with that big knife. That's a sword. That knife would be used for like cutting a squash or a pumpkin, but all right, so you got all this in there. Now, should be that you chop this, so it should fit easier in there. You saw it was kind of tighter fit before. Let's just have a little peek and see if it's any easier to fit in this pot. Fuck, I don't think it is. I think it's gonna be tight, man. It's gonna be tight. It's supposed to be.
I thought maybe I'm a big dumb goof. No, it is. It's gonna fit. All right. It is tight though, but it's not as tight as it was before. As you can see, remember those potatoes that were coming up over the line of the pot? You don't want that. The water has to boil, and it's gonna kind of boil and blurp, and you don't want it coming up over the top. So this is even a touch too much. A touch too much. But what it is okay. I'll explain why right now. Give you a better idea. See this? See that angle? There's a good chance it won't boil over, but there's also a good chance that a couple of these top ones won't be as cooked as the others. It's okay because we're going to fry these off. It's a win-win, okay? Grab some water. Put it in here with salt. I'm first going to give this a rinse off. Just get a little bit of starches out of it. Quick little rinse. I'm not going to leave it in there more than 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. You can see the water's a little starchy, so drain it off. Oh yeah, there comes some starch. You can do it once more. Nice and clear this time. I'm going to let it run over the top of the pot and continue to pour. There, like a infinity tub or whatever, an infinity swimming pool. There you go. Now, pop that here. We're going to turn the oven on. The single burner, inside burner, because that fits right over perfectly. Done deal. Get you in some flash there. Doesn't really... Hey, Rasta G. How you doing, homie? Holy smokes, I haven't seen you for a while, buddy. Eli's in the house. Smash the like, y'all. Share the video. I want to see some likes coming in the chat for the hash man. Can you guys do me a favor? Rasta G, can you post this on your page for me and get some peeps in the chat? We're just having our hash oil tea here with mint. Got our potatoes. Gonna grab a little bit of salt. And then I'm gonna add a little more water to the top of that, and that'll go all over the entire pot, you know what I mean? But there just needs a dash more water. And there you go. Dash more water. Potatoes, yes. And we're doing those vegan burgers, plant-based, with a gravy. Now I'll let you all pick out the gravy. And of course we're doing the organic garlic powder too. This is a real deal. Want to do mushroom gravy? Let's do mushroom gravy, and I'll pick up a package of cremini mushrooms. Come here. Take you over here. Nothing like potatoes and mushrooms. These got to get eaten anyway. They're not spoiling, but they are. It's time to use these. I was going to put these in the pasta, but now we're putting them in the mushroom gravy. What? We're having pan fries, mushroom gravy, and I'm going to slice the mushrooms like that, really thin, and get that edge on both sides and crispy them off. Golden crispy little pieces of golden heaven. Garlicky bits too we're going to put in there. So let's do that, okay? We got our pan washed already right here. We're going to bump those potatoes off. Put this here. We're going to put those potatoes on the burner just right next to it right there. Boop, right there. Done. Okay. I got this heavy glass lid in one of my hands and my tripod is bending on me. There, give you a shot there. Done deal. Let's start cooking, folks. So we're gonna rinse these. You have to wash your mushrooms. You have to strain and wash your mushrooms very well. So let's do that first. I just take a strainer, pop these in here, and I'll wash them in my sink that's empty. And that takes, a good 30 seconds, a minute. And I'll do several rinses in there because it's really good to wash your mushrooms thoroughly, okay? So I got the sprayer on, I'm rolling up my sleeves, and I'm just going to start taking each mushroom and I'm going to wash the head of it like this with my hands. Just washing them like this. And I'll show it to you in a second here. It's a fungi, so I mean, you're seeing stuff there, you might be like, oh, don't be like that. Mushrooms will be the key to saving the human population. This right here is a spore. This is the only thing that lives in space. People don't realize that. Space, does anyone know why they call space space? Because there is an infinite space, there is an infinite amount of space between planets, okay? That's kind of my definition. You can look up your own for space, but I like the term. And I am serious. I did not. It's one thing I don't do. I won't steal something somebody else fucking did. But it's my way of saying, you know, space is very vast. Space is very open. Space is not explained correctly. Everybody wants to go into space, or everybody wants to go to space, you know? No, you don't. You want to go somewhere in space, not just like in space, period. That's, I don't know, it's like saying you want to go fucking spend your life in a closet that's all dark, you know? Or down a hallway that never ends, you know? It's hilarious to me. If you're not finding it hilarious, please unsubscribe. All right, here we go. We're almost done washing these. I'm going to go a little bit more thorough on these from within the basket here, the strainer. The water is very, very hot, and that's kind of how you wash stuff, is with hot water. You want to get the stems and inside the cap. You know, there could be some wicked inside there. You want to get it out, okay? I know I said I was going to chop them and whatever. You can chop them if you want, but you also don't have to. You can just do this. They're mushrooms, and, you know, you're also in the kitchen cooking yourself dinner. Oh, shit, fuck, that got really hot on my fingers. That's okay. By the time these get in the pan a little bit, they'll break up on their own with a spatula. I'll use this one. It's hot. Why's that other one so hot? Oh, I got mail. I gotta get my mail right now before some asshole takes my mail. And I also like to see you for delivering my shit too. I actually don't know what this is. I don't remember ordering anything this big. So it's kind of freaky. I don't know what, I guess I can use this towel to bring in an Amazon package here. Let's see what it is. I don't remember ordering it. So I don't know what this thing is. Big ass package. And I don't remember ordering this. I said that a couple times now. I seriously don't remember ordering this. Let's see what it is. We got some stuff too, some other stuff that's really crucial for growing and planting and stuff like that. And now that it's come in, so I'll show you what this is here on the ground. There we go. We got an Amazon package here. There's those goggles. I gotta put them downstairs after. Let's open it. I'm done chopping everything, so we'll use this knife. And here's the. Pretty sure there's no cats in here, no dogs or anything, so let's just use the knife on it. Is there a way to open it over here? Yep. We got that open. I'm just going to turn it back one. Does that make sense? Yeah. And now we're going to lift it up. You can't see anything on camera. Holy shit. So here, we got this package. No fucking clue what this is, which is super weird. Can you imagine if there was, oh, I know what it is, it's lights. It's my, I ordered some lights, so that's awesome, these came, so this can just go straight downstairs. And put it, it's my other bulbs that, in case of emergency, and I can't order any, we still have some kind of electricity or there's some gas generator. This thing would be very important. Should it come on yet? What? Yeah. Okay. Right on. All right, y'all. Oh shit! Good thing the phone didn't fly off the handle there. Whew. Hope I didn't smoke these mushrooms. What's going on here? So I caught my phone before it smashed. I just need a little bit more elbow space in here. I think I'm a little bit. I think everybody is a little bit closky. I'm a little bit closky. Alright? Alright. I hope to fuck we didn't smoke our mushrooms. No, we didn't. Good. So sometimes you add oil to the pan, and sometimes you don't. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to add oil, but they're also sweating out at such a ridiculously perfect rate that it's heaven right now. Add that little bit of oil and you just give them a shift once over each side. This helps coat the mushroom, okay? What you're doing now is coating the mushroom in a lubricant, oil. And this oil I chose is extra virgin olive oil. And it won't stick as easy, but they will fry up even easier. Weird, eh? So let's try putting a little bit of garlic powder across these. There is salt in the gravy, so we won't add salt to the mushrooms unless it looks like they're not sweating down fast enough. Then I'll add a dash of salt. It looks fine though. Drop the spatula on the ground, give it a rinse. Alright, now, once you get it to this point, you want to think about how good your food's going to taste. That's the number one thing you want to do right now, is just start thinking about it. It's going to be awesome, okay? Awesome. So today's Wednesday. I thought today was Thursday, so... and then I didn't. This morning I knew it was Wednesday, and then for a second, for some reason earlier, I thought it was Thursday. So this looks on point right here. This is on point perfection right here at this. Oh, we're going to grab some. I need a pot for the gravy, which slipped my mind. And here we go. Oh my God. Okay, I forget which pot. I'm just gonna wash 2 pots. So the potatoes are taking their sweet time. They're on absolutely the lowest setting possible. I had those on like a medium. So this water hasn't even boiled. They've been cooking for about 16 minutes. Like this water isn't even warm, for fuck's sake. So this is gonna take 15 minutes to boil. See, this is what happens when you don't have a clean kitchen and you're forced to do dishes while you cook and do your dishes while you're cooking. Is you forget a step like adding oil. Good thing I caught it in time. Then you're forced to check on your potatoes, which aren't boiling because you didn't turn it up enough. Now your gravy's not running behind, but I like to have my gravy in my pot. Just turn it on and then like bang it out. No, not ready that yet. I gotta wash gravy pots. So just gonna let these sit in here with water about 5 minutes or 2, whatever I can patiently hold out here. I'm gonna lose my shit though. I got other stuff around me I don't want. Okay, better. Now, last thing you're gonna do is I'm gonna jam a whole sink full of dishes in, and I'm gonna do some dishes in a minute here. I got plates, bowls, cups. I can do the plates and bowls at the same time. I hate cups. I don't know why. I just hate cups. I sit there with cups and I'll wash a cup for 5 minutes. Be like, I don't know if I got this part clean. Fuck. I hate germs, so I hate germs. So what's happened is I'm like a germaphobe. I like only using glass. I don't like using plastic cups. My uncle, when I was young, put me on it. He's like, no, when you abrasively scrub a plastic cup, you've permanently altered, like germs can get into that where that scrape is, and then unless you scrape more out of it, you bring out all the BPA when you do that, and you've loosened the, it's like a film they put over stuff in ceramics. They call it a glaze. With plastics, I don't know what they use, but they seal stuff in, right? So when you scrape through that abrasive, frying pans are another good example of this. So they'll coat a frying pan with ceramic or something on top of the pan, but you can see that scratch there. Underneath that pan is like lead, copper, zinc, magnesium, like shit you don't want in your food. So that's why you should never scrape a pan with anything, right? You don't scrape stuff. You gently wipe them out, okay? Abrasive materials should not be used. Those are like copper brush, like wire brushes, things like that. Will scrape the crap out of your pots and pans. So I have done one pot. I have done, come on. Two pots. There's only one left to do. I'm doing it. I'm just going to get in here and do it. It's crazy when you just get down to doing stuff. It's crazy, right? These pots are so disgusting. I cleaned up the sink, Pulled the stuff out that went down, or that was in the sink gutter, put it in the garbage, 2 pots done. This fucking last pot is not gonna stand a chance. Let's get it. So you gotta get all your stuff, dump it in the garbage, make sure you get it all. Alright. And then your sink a check. Grab any more crap that's stuck in there and take it out. This is my least favorite job in the kitchen, is the sink and stuff. I swear, it's so gross. I'm not into washing floors and sinks. I'm not into washing floors and sinks. I'll do it. I'll do both, as you see. It's my least favorite. I love vacuuming. I'm going to vacuum, sweep, dust, and then wipe down walls and light switches and door handles and door, knobs, things like that. I love doing that baked. I don't know why. If I have a nice little jag on, like if I eat an edible, I will wash walls for an hour. I'm actually going to give the, I don't go in the dining room. I'm going to give the dining room a good cleansing, you know, good kind of once over. A little bit of Lysol on a rag, put a glove on and wipe down the walls. It doesn't need it. I mean, it does, everywhere in your home should get a little wipe down of your walls. But there's other places in the house that need it more. But I think I might sanitize that room, and because summer's coming and spring's around the corner, I think I might go in there. I think I might hang out in the dining room again. You couldn't do it in the dining room. I just don't really like the feel of it in there in the winter. In the summertime, it's such a bright and airy room, but in the winter, it's kind of dark, and there's not enough sun in there. There's not enough light. I don't know. I like it in the summer. It's a way nicer feel and vibe in the summer in there. Okay, so we have 2 pots washed completely. And the third one is, she's done. The sink is so clean now. Now I'm going to wire brush out the sink, give it a hot water bath, fill it up with nice soapy hot water. A little bit of vinegar or something, I don't know what we're using here. Put some soap in there anyway, and then do some washing some fucking dishes. I want you to see that I wasn't shitting you though. Just sitting there scrubbing. There's 2, and here's the small one. This is the one we're using for gravy, and here's the other 2. Just been gaffing her. So put that one over there. That's the gravy one. Put these. Dump the water out. Like that. Put these over here. Cooking with those tonight, probably. All right. All right. Now, got our mushrooms really nice and perfect. They're on a real low and slow setting here. Let me show you these. Perfection. So I like them at this stage, okay? They have a little bit of give. They're kind of crisp. They're not crispy. They're a little bit, well, they smell amazing. I have to eat one. I have to eat one. Oh. So they're not cooked through yet, but they're, it kind of tastes like an asshole and a little bit of garlicky asshole right now, so we'll let it go a little longer. It should taste a hell of a lot better than that. All right, now we're going to put this in that little pot there. We're going to put 1 package of this in here. And you always put your water in cold or you're going to get lumpy gravy. So before you put your pan on, before you turn your heat on, okay, you can check she's empty. Chuck it. Now you've got spatula. I just saw one right here. Gonna give this one a rinse carefully. No, that's not gonna work. You can't really wash a spatula by rinsing it. You can only set your sink. That looks really good. Okay, the sink is very clean. Very hygienic. You throw the spatula in there. You throw your soapy water from your blender in there. And you don't really have to add any more soap. You can add a touch because we're doing a sink load of dishes. I'm going to take these plates that aren't dirty, these bowls. I mean, they're dirty, but they're not filthy. Like that. What else can I get in? Another bowl. So I basically am done the dishes now. That's fucked up. Yeah, if you're not so lazy, and I mean, even if you don't like doing something, get it done. Now is the time when you don't really have a choice. And besides, if you see me doing dishes, if you knew who I was, like I'm not better than anyone, I'd rather shovel shit than do dishes, okay? Shovel shit with my hands. So, if I can do it, you can do it. And influence isn't always a bad thing. Cleanliness is next to godliness. You may live if you stay clean. So I hope you all stay clean. Do what you can to eat healthy, eat right, eat fresh, and eat daily. You know, there are people that are not feeling well, and you're letting the virus or anything, any disease you have, by not eating, you're wasting away. You're dying. Eat something. Go eat an apple. Eat an orange. I love you all. I love everyone. Unless you're evil, I can't stand you. All right. I'm going to turn the... So that's 3/4 of a cup, I'm pretty sure. There's something in here I thought I let with it. Or is it 2/3 of a cup? See, I broke the thing off that tells me what it is, but I remember using this last time with this, so I think this is 2/3. So it sucks, right? But I swear I used it on a cooking show last week. Something required a cup, and I used those two together. So I do remember that. So I did it again, even without the, you know what I mean, without knowing what that cup really is. And I don't have any other measuring stuff right now to see what it is. Okay, so potatoes are starting to go there. Let's get this, oh, just a whisk here, that's what I'm showing you. Just a quick little whisk, nothing fast, nothing fancy. It's already done, okay? So that's how easy it was. Cold water with your gravy package, instant emulsification, okay? Instant blend. This will ensure that you have a nice smooth gravy. I'm doing all this extra stirring now. Means you have to stir a lot less while it cooks slow. If you let this cook slowly, you won't have to stir it as often. If you turn this on high or a medium high, you're gonna have to stir this 15 times. If you don't, you're gonna have lumpy gravy. Cook it on the lowest setting. This isn't ready, that's not ready. Why you want this ready? Cook it on low. So that's down. That's on the lowest setting. I was gonna say it's on high, but it's on low. Actually, it was on the fucking scald your food off, but I turned it to the other way, and it's now low. All right. Now, and it's on the back burner. Okay, you got that there. These are looking divine. So what you're gonna do now, to the side here, pop on your patty, okay, and really enjoy yourself today and tomorrow and the next day. You know, you don't know really what's going on. You don't have to have animosity in your voice. You don't have to carry your tone or your body language so abruptly in your home. You have to recognize that, you know, maybe self-isolating isn't for everyone. I don't give a fuck. We stoners been self-isolating for decades because of you asshole narc informants. Do you understand? So, like, this is nothing new for us, nor is this hard for us, you know? All those people that have to have human contact, you know, that says a lot about you. It really does. You have to have human contact all the time, every day. You need to be told you have nice hair, things like that. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. Do people do their hair for themselves, or do you do your hair so you're told how good your hair looks by someone else, right? I never do my hair. I don't worry about stuff like that, you know? I actually think it's odd when people are like, oh, like, I don't like to be put on the spot. Ladies, girls like, you know, hair attention, we'll say. I don't know if there's a girl out there that doesn't like hair attention, good on you. But all girls want you to notice their hair. Unless they're bosses, you know, unless they're serious bosses that just wake up in the morning, recognize it's just a body part we all carry and have. Your hair doesn't have to look so glamorous and, you know, it's a weird world we used to live in. I say used to because that world's done now, you know. You won't fucking find hair salons in 2022, 2023. There won't be a fucking hair salon ever again. Time to wake up and farm. What's the one thing you need every day? Food? And start growing something. It's kind of chilly out, but it's a nice day. I mean, I'm out there. Oh, freezing. It's a little brisk still this morning, but hopefully it warms up a little bit more. Hopefully it's fresh air with people home. Fresh air, super, super important. Nice to see the snow melting at our last pace. Tigger, I almost stepped on you. You're lucky. I'm wearing shoes. I would have broke your paw, buddy. What the hell are you doing? My cat. Is Trudeau on? So about 12 minutes. Thank you. All right, so I'm still with you guys for a while here. You know, if we all knew what was really going on, we wouldn't be so, I wonder why they don't, like, what's the reason, do you think that they don't need to tell us? Do you think it's so we don't panic, or do you think it's so we don't ever really truly understand? And I have to lean towards truly understanding, because the government, it doesn't matter where you live in the world, the governments, are there to help you. Are the governments in certain parts of the world there to hinder you? Have we seen that you can be hindered by governments? And the answer is yes. There are corrupt governments in the world. What's interesting is some of this is what I find very horrible. There are places in the world where they condemn and say these governments are so corrupt and they're bad to the people. But if you look at the governments that are saying this, they're the ones that are seriously running Google and, getting the money from YouTube and Google and Facebook and running these huge spy networks. So I have to question, is there a government that is fully transparent, that allows the citizens to speak without being hindered, without their voice being blacklisted? And so as I was talking about blacklisting and shadow banning something, my YouTube stream just mysteriously literally is black, then white, and then it's not on. I know what to do. I have fucking 3,450 videos. Fuck you. Back as fast as you can kick and bounce me off. I'd just like to say to those people that control this, we are watching you fuck up daily. Jail. CEOs, elites are scum.